Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez releasing her Green New Deal outline this morning, which would act as a set of principles and goals for responding to climate change if it gets passed. Joining us now from D.C. is Yahoo Finance's Jessica Smith with the details. We'll get to whether it has a chance of seeing the light of day in a moment, but first do give us some of the cornerstones of this new legislation.
Well, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Senator Ed Markey are speaking now, releasing their resolution, officially outlining a framework, at least, for the Green New Deal. It is very ambitious. They're calling it a national mobilization to address climate change. So let's look at some of the things they want to do. They want to power the United States with 100% zero emission energy in 10 years. They want to upgrade all existing buildings for energy efficiency. They want to work with farmers to eliminate pollution and emissions in that sector. They also want to overhaul U.S. transportation systems, investing in zero emission vehicles. And they also are including universal health care and a job guarantee in this resolution. On her website, AOC says that's because if you really want to make this transition, you can't have people who are stuck in their jobs because they need health care. So virtually eliminating all carbon emissions is a very, very lofty goal. In an interview on NPR, AOC says even these big, bold solutions aren't enough to address this big crisis. So there's going to be more work to do. We're keeping an eye on this press conference now, and we'll let you know as more details start to come out what they're saying about this. But we should note this is a resolution. So if it passes the House and Senate, it's not going to become enacting law that enacts these programs and whatnot. It's giving a sense of what the House and Senate wants. So it would just be saying that lawmakers feel these things need to be done, and then they would start working on more specific legislation.
Jessica, there was a time when there were Republicans on the Hill, and it was in the last 10 years, were in favor, some at least, carbon tax. That would then be a carbon market where you could trade carbon credits. But going forward with this plan, how does Ocasio-Cortez, how do the Democrats plan to pay for it? And do they undercut themselves when they say things like guaranteed job? Because you can hear the attack from the right, socialism, socialism.
Right, and that is going to be a big point of discussion as we move forward on this. But if you ask them how to pay for it, they will say, well, the real question is, what is it going to cost us if we don't act? There was a blog post on AOC's website, and she said that they would pay for this the same way we paid for the original New Deal, for World War II, for bank bailouts and tax cuts for the rich. In that same way, as she puts it, would be public money appropriated by Congress. But she also says that a key part of this Green New Deal is trying to create new jobs and boost the economy as we shift to a more renewable energy system.